Hello everybody, my name is Games and welcome to a ton of zoomed in clouds because I was too lazy to edit anything else in. Anyways, I am going to be reading the Darwin Awards, and if you do not know what that is, it is pretty much the dumbest ways people have died. But it's actually pretty funny and enjoyable, so let's get started. First, I will read some of the rules. To win, nominees must significantly improve the gene pool by eliminating themselves from the human race in an astonishingly I can't read. So, in an amazingly stupid way. All races, cultures, and pretty much every type of group you can think of is eligible. Contenders are evaluated using the following 5 criteria. The candidate must remove himself from the gene pool. The candidate must exhibit an outstanding misapplication of judgment, meaning like they thought this would work, but it really didn't. The candidate must be the cause of his or her own demise, so suicide, but not on purpose. The candidate must be capable of sound judgment, meaning they have humans are generally capable of sound judgment, except those with mental, chemical, or chronological handicaps that render them unable to fully comprehend the ramifications of their actions. That means no children, Alzheimer's disease sufferers, or Down syndrome patients. So pretty much anybody who doesn't have a mental issue, so they're perfectly normal people. They just, yeah. The event must be verified, meaning when I say it is confirmed by Darwin, because that's what the book says, it was verified by multiple sources. An urban legend means it was verified by some sources, but also at the same time it doesn't seem completely true, and not many people called it a thing. Not many people verified it too. So yeah, or not trustable websites did it. So yeah, that's how that goes. And then personal accounts, confirmed and unconfirmed. I think that makes sense. And then there is yeah, that's it. Anyways, the first chapter. This is the Darwin Awards, Evolution in Action, the first book by Winnie Northcutt. Natural Selection, Animal Misadventures. Only 2 things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not so sure about the universe. That was a quote by Albert Einstein, and yeah, we all know who he was. So, this chapter is going to be about animals, or how people killed themselves, or how the animals killed them because of their stupidity. So yeah. Darwin Award. In a Pig's Eye. This has been confirmed by Darwin. July 4th, 1991. 3 Eton men from a fatally flawed plan on the evening of July 4th died from a fatality flawed plan on the evening of July 4th. James, Billy, and Ashley were killed after their blue Ford pickup was rolled over on Country Road 24. Hogs and alcohol were contributing factors to the accident. We found several beer cans in and around the scene, said Sheriff Andrew Watson. The driver had a blood alcohol content twice the legal limit. The events unfolded as follows. The three men spent the national holiday drinking. Later that evening, they were struck with a sudden craving for pork chops. They were popping off fireworks when Jimmy said they ought to go get some eats. Regular speaking Pearson, I can speak too, apparently, reported Billy's girlfriend, Emma. At 11 p.m., they drove 10 miles to a pig farm, intent on stealing a hog and satisfying that craving for pork chops. One of the men scaled the fence and tied the end of a rope to a plump quadrant. The two other men started pulling on the 400-pound beast, and the stress of the struggling hog was too much for the 6-foot chain-link fence. A 14-foot section collapsed loudly, startling the other hogs into a stampede. I was asleep when I heard this god-awful noise, explained the owner of the farm. I ran out of the house with my shotgun and shot off both barrels in the air, and yelled at them to go get on out. The friends loaded up their stolen pig in a hurry, tied the rope to the truck, and sped down the country road in excess of 90 miles per hour. Unfortunately, they had forgot to buckle their seatbelts. The pig, on the other hand, was strapped in by its leash. 3 miles down the road, the animal began making a commotion in the back of the pickup truck, causing the vehicle to careen wildly. The swerving lurches threw the pig from the back of the truck, and it was dragged along the dirt road for about half a mile. Distracted by the commotion and impeded by the friction of the pig, the driver hit a soft shoulder and rolled the truck 40 feet, ejecting all three men from the vehicle and killing them. The victims were discovered at 5 a.m. by a passing motorist. Police caution motorists to drive sensibly on dirt roads, wear seatbelts, and refrain from drinking while driving. Also, the pig lived. So yeah, things about that story. These people were clearly not thinking correctly. Like it said, like the police officer said, they were pretty drunk. I mean, twice over what they are supposed to have. That's quite a lot. So when I read these, I want you guys to take note and laugh, and also remember this story, and maybe tell it to peers or someone else. But also, I want you guys to enjoy. We don't really have time for another one, so I'll probably just read some more of the I'll read I guess the first little story tidbit the book gives at the beginning. Suicidal lemmings. A children's story describes a young lemming who wanders around his neighborhood asking, "Why are all the lemmings jumping off a cliff on Friday?" He asks the owl. He asks his father. He asks a cat. He asks everyone he meets, but nobody knows. They tell him that's just what lemmings do. It is common knowledge that lemmings will commit mass suicide by running into the ocean or launching themselves from a cliff. When their population exceeds maximum sustainable limit, suicidal lemmings are sometimes cited as an argument against evolution. If a herd of lemmings leaps from a cliff, there must be a leader. What kind of lemmings will predate in the next generation? Non-jumping lemmings, of course. After a few such incidents, only non-jumpers would remain. So evolution is clearly not working on the lemmings population. How could evolution go so badly, Uri? Did I speak there? Nope. The answer is that lemmings do not commit mass suicide when their population grows too large. They migrate, and during the mass migration, a few animals are pushed off from a cliff, or mistake the open ocean for a stream. The legend of the suicidal lemmings proliferated after the 1958 Disney nature documentary White Wilderness showed stage shots of lemmings jumping from a cliff. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and bye-bye.